A woman, hated by some, admired by others. Some call me a monster, a woman with a heart of poison. They say I hurt people in terrible ways. Others call me a genius, a great leader. They say I gave the common people peace. They say I built the foundation for a golden age. Who am I, really? My name is Lü Zhi. I was the wife of Liu Bang, the founder of the great Han Dynasty. I became the first true empress in Chinese history. But before the crown, before the power, before the blood and the glory, I was just a girl waiting for a fate she did not choose. Tonight, let me tell you my story, the real story, from the very beginning. I was born in the year 241 before the Common Era, in a small place that today is called Shan County, in Shandong. My father was Lu Gong, a well-known gentleman in our town. We had money. We had respect. I was not a poor girl. I learned to read and write. In those days, most girls never touched a book. But my father believed in education. He taught me himself. I was also not ugly. People said I had a proper face, a good figure, the kind of girl who should marry well. But there was one problem. My father loved fortune-telling. He loved reading faces. He believed he could see a person's future just by looking at them. And he looked at my face one day and said something strange. He said, "This girl has the fate of great wealth and power. She can only marry a man who will become emperor." So he refused every young man who came to ask for my hand, one after another, year after year. By the time I was 19, I was famous in our county, but not in a good way. They called me the old maid, the girl no one could marry. I was embarrassed. I was frustrated, but I trusted my father. What else could I do? That year, everything changed. My father had some enemies in our hometown, dangerous people. So he decided to move our whole family to a new place, a town called Pei County, to make friends in this new town. My father held a big welcome banquet. He invited all the important people, but he made a rule. If your gift was less than 1,000 coins, you could only sit in the yard. Only the generous guests could sit inside the main hall. Everyone came with their gifts, bowing politely, showing respect. Then a man walked in. He had a messy beard. He wore old clothes. He walked like he owned the place. He had the look of a man who had never followed rules in his life. He opened his mouth and shouted, "My gift is 10,000 coins." Everyone knew he was lying. Everyone knew he did not have a single coin in his pocket. He was just there for free food and wine. This man was Liu Bang. I thought my father would throw him out. Everyone thought so. But my father did something strange. He stared at Liu Bang's face for a long, long time. His eyes grew wide. Then they began to shine. He grabbed Liu Bang's hand. He pulled him to the seat of honor, the best seat in the whole banquet. Then, in front of everyone, he announced, "You have the face of a future emperor. I want you to marry my daughter." The room went silent. People thought my father had lost his mind. My mother cried and argued. She said, "Our daughter is from a wealthy family. How can she marry a man 15 years older than her?" A man who already has a son from another woman? But my father would not change his mind, and in those days a daughter had to obey her father. That was the rule. There was no other choice. So I put on my wedding clothes. I climbed into a simple sedan chair, and I went to Liu Bang's old, broken house. I became his wife. My new life was nothing like I had imagined. Liu Bang had a job. He was something called a Tingzhang. That means he was a small local official. He managed a tiny area. It was not an important job. It paid almost nothing. And he did not even do his job well. Every day he wandered the streets with his friends, drinking, laughing, telling big stories about nothing. He would come home drunk in the middle of the night. Sometimes he would not come home at all. Sometimes he disappeared for months, and I was left alone to take care of everything. Every day I woke up before the sun rose. I served tea to my parents-in-law. I cooked their meals. I washed their clothes. During the day I worked in the fields, planting rice, pulling weeds, carrying heavy loads under the hot sun, and I was not alone. Liu Bang had a son from another woman. His name was Liu Fei. He was just a little boy. His mother, Cao Shi, was a kind woman who ran a small tavern. But Liu Fei lived with us, so I raised him too, like my own child. Later, I gave birth to my own daughter. We named her Princess Liu Yuan. Then I had a son. We named him Liu Ying. My days grew even busier. The great historian Sima Qian wrote about me. He wrote just one sentence about those years. Lü Zhi lived in the fields with her 2 children, working the land. But he did not know what those words really meant. He did not know about the nights. The roof of our house leaked when it rained. I would hold my crying baby with one arm. I would try to catch the water with the other. I would sit in the dark, listening to the wind, wondering where my husband was, wondering if he was drinking with his friends, wondering if he even remembered he had a family. So many nights I cried alone, quiet tears no one ever saw. But I never complained out loud, never. I kept telling myself, my father said Liu Bang has the face of an emperor. One day he will become someone great. One day, or suffering will end. But I did not wait for a better life. I waited for disaster. In the year 209 before the Common Era, Liu Bang got into big trouble. He was supposed to take a group of workers to build a tomb for the emperor. It was a long journey. Along the way, he got drunk, and many of the workers escaped. In those days, under the harsh laws of the Qin Dynasty, this was a crime punishable by death. Liu Bang knew he was a dead man if he went back, so he ran. He took the remaining workers and hid in the mountains, a place called Mongdang Mountain. He escaped. He was free, but I was not. The government soldiers came to our house. They arrested me. They threw me into prison. The prison was dark, cold, wet. The guards knew I had no one to protect me. They thought I was weak. They thought they could break me. They tried to scare me. They tried to bribe me. They tortured me. They wanted me to tell them where Liu Bang was hiding, but I bit my tongue. I swallowed my tears. I did not say a single word. I knew the truth. If I talked, Liu Bang would be caught. He would be killed, and everything would be over. My children would have no father. Our family would be destroyed. So I stayed silent, no matter what they did to me. Later, a man named Zhao He secretly helped me. He was Liu Bang's friend, a smart man who would one day become a great official. He found a way to get me out of prison. I was finally free, but I was not the same person anymore. But I kept going, because I wanted to see him. I wanted to make sure he was alive. Every time I saw his face, I thought, all this pain is worth it. How foolish I was. Time passed. Liu Bang grew stronger. He gathered followers. He became a rebel leader fighting against the Qin Dynasty in the year 206 before the Common Era. Something wonderful happened. Liu Bang was named the King of Han by the powerful warlord Shang Yu. Finally, he remembered us. He sent people to bring me and the children to him. I was so happy. I thought our suffering was finally over, but the messengers never reached us. They were stopped by enemy soldiers at a mountain pass. 1 year later, Liu Bang captured a city called Pengcheng. I thought, now we will finally be together, but I was wrong again. Xiang Yu's army struck back. Liu Bang's forces were crushed. He ran for his life, and in the chaos, I was captured by the enemy. Me and Liu Bang's elderly father, we became prisoners of the Chu army. But something even worse happened that day. My 2 children, Liu Ying and Princess Liu Yuan, managed to escape. They found their way to Liu Bang's carriage. I thought Liu Bang would protect them. I thought he would hold them close and keep them safe, but I was wrong. The enemy was chasing them. The carriage was too slow, so Liu Bang kicked them off. He pushed his own children out of the carriage to make the horses run faster, to save himself. Once, twice, 3 times, he kicked them off. Each time a loyal man named Xiahou Ying jumped down, he picked up the children, he put them back on the carriage. If not for Xiahou Ying, my son and daughter would have been killed. I saw all of this from far away from inside an enemy prison cart. My heart felt like it was being stabbed with ice. In that moment, I finally understood to this man, power and survival mattered more than his own wife and children. We were just tools to him, things to be thrown away when we became inconvenient. For 3 years, I was a prisoner. I lived in the enemy camp. Every day was suffering. I did not know if I would live or die. One day, Shang Yu set up a giant pot of boiling oil. He brought out Liu Bang's father. He threatened to cook the old man alive if Liu Bang did not surrender. I stood nearby watching. My heart was pounding, but Liu Bang just laughed. He called out, "Shang Yu, you and I once swore to be brothers before the king. So my father is also your father. If you want to cook your own father, go ahead. Just remember to share me a bowl of the soup." I stood there, frozen. I looked at Liu Bang's face, cold, calm, without a trace of feeling. And in that moment, the last piece of love I had for him turned to ash. I finally understood. This man had no heart. For him, power was everything. Family was nothing. I was married to a monster. In the year 203 before the Common Era, the war paused. The 2 sides made a temporary peace, and I was finally released. I walked back to Liu Bang after years of prison. Years of suffering. My face was thin, my hair was gray, my body was weak and broken. But when I arrived, I found that Liu Bang was not alone. There was a new woman by his side. Her name was Lady Qi. She was young, beautiful, She could sing, she could dance, she laughed and played music for Lü Bang every day. And me? I was old now, worn out by hard work and prison, no longer beautiful. Lü Bang had no interest in me anymore. I was given a cold room in the back of the palace. I sat alone, night after night, while Lady Qi enjoyed his love. In the year 202 before the Common Era, Lü Bang won the war. He defeated Shang Yu. He became the emperor. He founded the great Han Dynasty, and I became the Empress. The first true empress in Chinese history. Before me, even the first emperors of Qin did not formally name an empress, but I was given the title. My son, Liu Ying, was named the crown prince, the future emperor. I thought, finally, after all those years of suffering, finally things will be good, but I was wrong. Again. Lady Qi was not satisfied with being a concubine. She had given Lü Bang a son. His name was Lü Ruyi, and she wanted Lü Ruyi to become the next emperor, not my son, her son, every day. She cried in front of Lü Bang. She begged him. She said Lü Ruyi was smarter than Liu Ying, more talented, more like Lü Bang himself. She said Liu Ying was too weak, too gentle, not fit to be emperor. Day after day, tear after tear, she kept pushing. And Lü Bang started to listen. He thought about it. He looked at Liu Ying. My son was kind, soft-hearted, gentle. Lü Bang did not like that. He wanted a son who was tough like himself. So he began to talk about changing the crown prince. He brought it up in court, again and again. The officials argued with him. They said it was wrong. They said Liu Ying was the rightful heir. But Liu Bang was the emperor. He could do anything he wanted. I knew the truth. As long as Lady Qi had his love, as long as Liu Bang listened to her, my son and I would never be safe. Any day. He could take away Liu Ying's title any day. He could throw us away. I could not just sit and wait. I had to protect my son. I had suffered too much. For too many years, I had worked in the fields. I had survived prison. I had been abandoned and humiliated. I would not let Lady Qi take away the only thing I had left. Something inside me changed. The soft girl from Shan County was gone. In her place stood someone new, someone cold, someone hard. I realized the truth about this world, about this palace. Being kind and gentle would get you nothing. Being patient and humble would only get you stepped on. Only power could protect you. Only cleverness could save you. I had to learn the game, and I had to win. I looked around and saw my chance. Liu Bang was worried. He had just become emperor, but his empire was not stable. There were many kings in different parts of the land. Powerful men who controlled their own armies. They were not from Liu Bang's family. They were dangerous. Liu Bang saw them as threats, but he was afraid to act. He did not want to look like a tyrant. I saw what he needed. Someone to do the dirty work, someone to take the blame. So I offered my help. The first target was Han Xin. He was the greatest general of the age. People called him a talent beyond compare. He had won countless battles for Liu Bang, but now he was too powerful, too dangerous. I worked with Zhao He. Together, we set a trap. We invited Han Xin to the Changle Palace to a room called the Bell Room. He thought it was a friendly meeting. He was wrong. When he walked in, soldiers surrounded him. He was arrested. He was executed. Just like that, the greatest general in China was gone. Next was Peng Yue. Another powerful king, Liu Bang, had already arrested him, but he was too soft to finish the job. He just sent Peng Yue into exile. I went to Liu Bang. I said, "Peng Yue is a strong man. If you send him to a faraway land, he will cause trouble later. You must deal with him now, to send a message to all the other kings." Liu Bang listened. Peng Yue was brought back. He did not survive. These two events shook the whole empire. Everyone saw my power. Everyone feared my will. Even Liu Bang looked at me differently now. He saw I was not just a wife. I was a force. But removing enemies was not enough. I still needed to save my son. Liu Bang still talked about replacing Liu Ying. He still listened to Lady Qi. I needed a plan, a brilliant plan. I went to Zhang Lang. He was the wisest man in the empire, Liu Bang's most trusted advisor. I begged him for help. He did not want to get involved, but I kept asking, again and again. Finally, he gave me an idea. He told me about 4 old men. They lived on a mountain called Mount Shang. People called them the 4 elders. These 4 men were legendary. Even Liu Bang had tried to invite them to his court, but they refused. They said he was too rude and disrespectful. Zhang Liang said, "If you can get these 4 men to stand behind your son, no one will dare touch him." I sent my people to the mountain with gifts, with respect, with sincere invitations, and somehow I did what Liu Bang could not do. The 4 elders agreed to come down from the mountain. They agreed to support my son, Liu Ying. The day came when Liu Bang held a great banquet. Liu Ying walked into the hall, and behind him stood 4 old men with long white beards, with calm, wise eyes, the legendary 4 elders of Mount Shang. Liu Bang's face turned pale. He was shocked. If even these 4 men supported Liu Ying, then the whole world supported him. From that day on, Liu Bang never spoke of changing the crown prince again. I had won. In the year 195 before the Common Era, Liu Bang fell ill. He had been wounded in battle. The wound never fully healed. His body grew weaker day by day. He lay in his bed. Knowing the end was near, I think he worried about me. He worried about what I would do after he was gone, but he was too weak to stop it. I stood by his bed on his final day. I looked down at this man who had brought me so much pain. This man who had abandoned me in prison, who had kicked our children off a carriage, who had humiliated me for a younger woman. I watched him take his last breath. I did not cry. I had no tears left. I only felt one thing. It is finally my turn. Liu Ying became the new emperor. He was only 16 years old. He was kind, gentle, just like I always knew. He was not a strong ruler. He did not want to be. So I took control. I became the Empress Dowager. That means the mother of the emperor. And I held the real power behind the throne. Every decision went through me. Every official answered to me. The girl who once worked in the muddy fields was now the most powerful person in China. I did not forget Lady Qi. For years, she had tried to destroy my son. She had tried to take everything from me. She had stolen my husband's love and made me sit alone in a cold room. Now, Liu Bang was gone and she had no protection. I could have shown mercy, but I had no mercy left. I gave her to the cruelest punishment I could imagine. I will not tell you what I did. The details are too dark for a bedtime story. Let me just say, she suffered greatly. The world called me a monster. They said my heart was made of poison, but they did not know my story. They did not know the years of pain that made me this way. My son Liu Ying saw what I did to Lady Qi. He was horrified. He wept. He said, "This is not something a human being would do." He stopped coming to court. He spent his days drinking. He wanted nothing to do with power. Part of me felt sorry for him. He was too gentle for this cruel world, but I did not regret what I did. This world is not fair to women. If you are soft, you get crushed. If you are kind, you get betrayed. I had to show everyone, do not cross Lü Zhi, or you will pay. Liu Ying ruled as emperor for 7 years, but he was never happy. The things he saw haunted him. He could not escape the shadows. He drank too much. He grew weak. In the year 188 before the Common Era, he became ill. He did not recover. He was only 23 years old when he left this world. A mother should never bury her child. But I did. I did not cry in public. I had learned long ago to hide my tears. But in my heart, something broke that could never be fixed. After Liu Ying died, I put a young child on the throne, but everyone knew I was the one ruling. And I ruled well. I did not start wars. I did not raise taxes. I did not make the people suffer. Instead, I let them rest. After so many years of fighting, the common people deserved peace. I reduced their burdens. I encouraged farming. I helped rebuild what the wars had destroyed. The historians wrote, "She ruled from behind the curtain, and the world was at peace." This was my greatest achievement. Not the punishments, not the revenge, but the peace I gave to ordinary people. I helped create the foundation for the golden age that came after, the age of Emperor Wen and Emperor Jing. But I also made mistakes. I gave too much power to my own family. My brothers, my nephews, I made them kings and lords. This was against the rule Liu Bang had made. He said only members of the Liu family could be kings, but I did not care. The Liu family had not helped me when I suffered. Why should I help them now? I wanted my family to share in my power. I wanted them to be safe after I was gone. But I did not see the danger. I did not see that I was planting seeds of disaster. In the year 180 before the Common Era, I fell ill. I was old now. My body was tired. I had lived through more than most people could imagine. I lay in my bed and thought about my life. I thought about the girl in Shan County, waiting for an emperor she had never met. I thought about the wife working in the fields, raising children that were not her own. I thought about the prisoner in the dark cell, biting her tongue to protect a man who did not love her. I thought about the Empress, cold and hard, doing terrible things to survive. Was I a villain? Was I a hero? I did not know anymore. I only knew this. I never gave up.
I never surrendered.
In a world that tried to crush me, I survived. I rose. I ruled. Close your eyes now. I know what they will say about me after I am gone. Some will call me a monster. They will talk about what I did to Lady Qi. They will call me cruel and heartless. Others will call me a great ruler. They will remember the peace I brought, the foundation I built. I do not ask you to love me. I do not ask you to forgive me. I only ask you to understand. I was a woman in a world ruled by men. I was given no power, so I had to take it. I was shown no mercy, so I learned to live without it. If I had been born a man, they would have called me a great king. But I was a woman, so they called me a demon. It does not matter. I lived my life on my own terms, by my own strength. And in the end, that is a kind of victory too. Now rest. Tomorrow is a new day. Good night.